Are we... Excuse me.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness with 3 S's. I am your host here today, Chantele Francis. And here with me is my co-host for the day. We have...
Jojo O'Toole.
Hi, Jojo.
Oh, I was early. Jojo O'Toole. Hi, beautiful. Perfect. How are you?
I'm so good.
Are you... You're recovering.
I am recovering.
You're recovering.
Yes, I'm like so sore. I was trying to cross my legs right now, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't even cross my legs. Just for all you watching, I just played a weekend version of Survivor out in Kawarthra Lakes, and like, I had to tread water for like a while answering questions type sore. So, and walking up hills like 100 times. So,
spread those legs.
Pardon me?
Just spread those legs, relax.
Do some splits as we're doing in this episode.
Pussy poppin'.
Pussy poppin' today. So we are going to be talking about Canada's Drag Race, episode 6. It was pretty good, but if you haven't signed on to us before, please make sure you subscribe right down below or hit the like button if you don't mind this video at all. So here at Reality Realness, we're all about talking about reality TV, and today we're talking about Canada's Drag Race. So overall thoughts of this episode?
Great episode. I'm a huge fan so far of the Canada franchise in general. I feel like it's going by super fast though. I wish we had a couple more queens at the beginning, but at least we won't be exhausted by the end of it. Like hoping for a resolution. But so far so good.
I'm pretty happy. It's been kind of a common theme in kind of chat rooms and people that are doing any commentary is that the judges need to have a little bit of work. Like, I love all the judges. I'm not hating on Jeffrey as much as I was a few weeks ago. I didn't really like his like really white highlighter. Like,
that was intense.
Not the right color in my opinion for him, or maybe
I wish someone clocked him for it.
Right?
I need to cover up my ass. Maybe you should cover up your your cheeks.
Exactly. Highlighter.
Stuff from Alona. Yeah.
Bronzer.
a little bronzer. Jeffrey, I kind of there's so many acting challenges this season that I kind of understand why he's there now. It makes sense to me to have like a professional actor there to give those comments and those critiques. But every time he enters the workroom, I just think he's like attempting a RuPaul impersonation of some kind, even like the way he's holding his hands. So I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know who he is.
He's an actor.
I guess he's just constantly in character.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really feeling him that much. I feel him the least out of all the judges, but yes, I can see that he has a point with, bringing his knowledge of the acting world to all these acting challenges. Yeah. I do wish that maybe someone that had a little bit more fashion knowledge was kind of part of the judging team, because as we're going to probably talk about in a little bit, they keep on clocking Lemon for her taste level, but I think that she doesn't even know what that means per se. Like, I don't think she has any references as to like what would elevate the style. Like, I think that maybe somebody could help her do that if they were on the judging team to make her understand it a little bit better.
I mean, Stacey being a professional Sorry, I think I'm cutting out. Let me check my Wi-Fi connection.
You see someone being a professional something? Can you hear me?
Papa, can you see me? I think I'm cutting out a little bit.
I hear you fine.
Okay, good. I mean, Stacey's a supermodel, so I do expect some fashion critiques from her. And Brooklyn is such a looks queen, but I don't know. Like, it's not like Brooklyn's. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Say it.
Looking back at all of Brooklyn's looks, they were iconic during her season, but this is also Canada's Drag Race, and I feel like what Lemon made was something that, yeah, it looked a little arts and crafty, but that was the look. It was denim on denim on denim, and I didn't think it was the end of the world what she was wearing. I thought it was really funny when Lemon like kind of called out Brooklyn at the end of the episode, being like, "Oh, so you're saying my look like is just shouldn't be this?" If that makes sense. Like, okay, yeah, I get that. I get that. Sure. I just like Lemon. And I think we'll talk about the elimination, what's happening later on. But I think she's still a contender. I think she's an incredible performer and an incredible actress.
Absolutely. Hundo agreed. So if they start the episode with Kiara's lipstick message, and what a little brat, just using an entire tube of lipstick on the mirror, I'd be pretty bitter too. So I'd probably just like,
literally,
you.
I would love for someone just to color the entire mirror and then write their message with their fingers. That would be really salty, but maybe next season.
Well, it's kind of like, do you remember when you were younger? I don't know if everybody did this, but you'd use crayons and you do maybe like a rainbow underneath, and then you color on top of it maybe in black crayon, and then you'd like scratch out like, is that what you're saying basically?
100%. Exactly. That's what I want to see happen.
So maybe they could just use all their lipstick to do that exact look.
Everything, or like a black lipstick.
Exactly.
Right, really dirty.
So I was actually laughing in the beginning when like Boa's headpiece was just like knocking everybody around. Like the queens are pretty lighthearted and they're kind of jokey with each other, but then there's actually an undertone of cattiness, which I'm just kind of like, I didn't really notice it as much before. I know they're always saying like the Toronto queens are so catty, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of mean at the same time to each other.
Yeah, I think especially this episode, I thought it was really clear when they did like the slicing of the knives sound effect. Like that's becoming such a thing. And it's kind of storytelling in my mind. Or like they cut to the looks when someone's getting a good critique and it's like, oh, that person's angry. Oh, that person doesn't like that critique being given.
I saw a few cut twos this episode. Not at this point. I probably wrote it down when it did happen. But on an acute note, though, do you think that Kiara and Lemon are going to date?
That would be a really cute kiki. I'd be fine with it.
And because I don't know if I sent it to you before, but at the beginning of this season, they had, I don't know if it was Skip the Dishes or some sort of advert that was them going on like a Zoom date, and they were like ordering food and they were just like dating each other. And I'm wondering if like there's a little truth to that, or if that's a little foreshadowing, because they're so cute as boys.
Should we check their Facebooks to see if they're in a relationship yet? I guess that would be a surprise.
Well, it would be a surprise, and maybe it wouldn't happen until they were both eliminated. That would be revealed.
Fair. Yeah. What would their couple name be?
Lemon.
I like that. Kimon?
Kimon. That's cute.
Kimon works for me.
Kimon. Monkey. Monkey.
That is cute.
Mo ra. Ramen.
Ramen's good. Ramen's tasty. I'm fine with it.
Oh my god, me and Ramen is my favorite couple.
Yeah, done. Easy.
Ramen stamp. So Tom Green is announced as being the guest judge. What do you think about that?
I was really excited to see Tom. I think he was a great judge in general, but he offered like no actual critiques or criticism.
No, I think they're just like
there for the comedy of it.
Pulling out, and they're like, "Look, who's famous that's free?" Like,
yeah, who's available today? Yeah. Make it happen.
Who would we have to pay big dollars for? I'm just kidding.
Actually, yeah.
I actually like you. You're pretty funny and great on Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother. So don't worry, Tom. I'm not really coming for you. You tormented your poor family. I watched your show. Like,
yes. I was so happy he called his mom too. That was cute.
Yeah, I totally love that he called his mom. I was like,
brought me back.
So Rita lost Kiara, so she's now the only Montreal queen.
Yes.
How did you feel about that?
I mean, I was sad to see Kiara go, but at the same time, Kiara going meant that Priyanka was staying. I think Rita is an absolute star. I don't think she needs the support of any of the other queens to do a good job, but I think she would have loved to have Kiki like last a little longer. So I get that.
Me too. I wish she was there a little bit longer. Both her and Lemon are so young, and so I feel like they just haven't. They might be not mature enough and had enough experience with like obviously aesthetics and like fashion design and creative ideas within their look and their drag persona. And so I understand why maybe she left and why Lemons are getting these kind of critiques, but I want them to stay longer so they can learn more.
Yeah.
I want to watch them learn.
I'm surprised Canada hasn't had like, I think that would have been the ideal time for a double save. Especially with the producers watching, it's like, let's save them both. Like, they're both excellent queens. It was an incredible lip sync. It could have been the time to save them. And even do like a double elimination next, in case they were worried about.
I mean, that would have been intense this week. Oh boy. Maybe they just they're like, that's too much. That's too much.
Too much to handle.
Way too much. I didn't remember them saying to Boa that she needs to bring it.
That was unseen footage.
Okay, because I was like, I would have remembered that because that's a kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I mean, I think not to spoil the end of the episode, but I think that was the start of what we were about to see in the next hour.
Yeah, definitely her storyline. But Hainomi's final warning, Boa's final warning, and like when they brought that up in the kind of like little chit chat in the workroom, like everybody's head was like, like
Flash
to Boa, and I'm like, oh boy, it's not a good warning to have. You better bring it. But it's also, I don't know if it's the best thing to say to somebody either. Like, I usually love Stacey's critiques the best. I usually think that she has their well-being in mind when she's giving these critiques. But I felt like that makes people shrivel up and are scared and go in their head, I feel. Like, they needed to maybe, I know they're doing it for a dramatic moment on TV.
Yep.
But it's not, I don't know if it's going to be effective in the way that they want it to be. I think it's going to make her shrink up.
Yeah. I don't know if she actually said, like, this is your final warning, but I think the other queens said that it's your final warning.
They said it was like Hainomi's final warning. So she said, Boa, you need to bring it.
Right.
What does that mean? Bring what?
Yeah.
Casserole? Like,
a lasagna? I'm bringing everything. I'm bringing everything to the potluck. Come on.
The raisins?
Yeah. The raisins.
So I don't even remember what RuPaul said when she came on the screen. Lots of puns, but I didn't.
Yeah, I was confused too. I would never have been able to guess what the challenge was going to be about.
Okay, I was like, say what? And so Jeffrey comes on and he introduces the mini challenge. And I kind of feel like they should have changed what the mini challenge was, considering the week before what went down not very well. So that being said, this mini challenge is for them to be a psychic hotline. And poor Priyanka having PTSD for just not doing well at all on the Snatch Game, doing a psychic.
Yes.
This is the new hotline challenge. Now, I know it's a little bit different. Like, you get to come in as a character, but like, I don't know. They could have changed it to pretty much anything. Why do they need to? Were they doing that to troll her, you think?
I think they should have changed it to like phone sex operator or something like lighthearted. But I think they had the props and Crystal probably already had talking points to go in with because she had asked some of the same questions a couple of times and just to make her comfortable.
Okay, I mean, she didn't really have to do that much. She had to be like,
no, God, no.
Oh, can you tell me what if I'm going to be with my boyfriend in 5 years? Like, that's not need prep.
No. Like, I would hope not, but who knows like what Crystal's comfort level was.
Do you know who Crystal is?
Yeah, did you recognize her from the UK Drag Race?
I didn't. I only watched one episode of that.
Okay, so she's actually Canadian, but was living overseas, and then she was cast on the show for UK, and she was great. She actually had this incredible runway where she had like an iron chastity belt on and like a plate, and then had this like saw and like sort of cutting herself, and the sparks were flying. It was amazing. One of the best runways. Incredible. I'll send it to you. I'll send you a link.
Did she win?
No, I think she came in
But I mean
sixth.
that episode, anyways. Like, was she the top?
I think she did well. I'm not sure if she ever won, but she was cool. She was great.
That's
And
an
like,
idea.
yeah, she was a beautiful queen. Didn't have like the biggest personality, and I think that was her downfall in the end. But I'm gonna find that runway for you. It was really cool.
Thanks, girl.
I'll remind myself.
I didn't really care for most of the minis, performances. Yeah, I like Priyanka's was okay.
Yeah, it was fine. It was passable.
Yeah, it was fine. Like it wasn't a winning one, but it didn't fall to the bottom at all.
No.
I wrote down Boa's was kind of gross, but I chuckled.
Yeah, Boa's was like Boa's humor, and I think the entire point was to make Jeffrey laugh, and Jeffrey loves Boa, so I think she did a good job to try and win the challenge.
I think he kind of overlapped, but he was like,
yeah.
I'm like,
lost his mind.
I mean, unless that was a cut from something else that was actually funny, whatever they were matching that with was not that good. Not in balance with whatever action that they were showing.
No.
I loved Lemon though. I thought Lemon was so cute.
From beginning to end, I think everything that she had to say was perfection. And I wasn't surprised at all that she took the win for it.
Yeah, those are the only two people that actually wrote anything down for. Do you have any thoughts about anybody else?
I thought Jimbo's was great, but I think Jimbo's great with whatever they do. I think Bobo really sounded like Liza Minnelli. It was kind of like a piggyback. Yeah, I thought it was a piggyback on Snatch Game. But like Bobo's so hungry for a win that I hope that doesn't get to her head, and that she's like so concentrated on not just being safe. It's like being safe's not the worst thing. Like,
just be safe and take the crown.
Yeah,
like,
there are winners. We've had winners who have never won a runway challenge, and we've had winners who started winning at final 5, final 4. So I think she needs to get out of her head about the winner circle.
Well, and also like for say competition reality shows like The Amazing Race, like the only first place you need to worry about is the last one. So just get yourself there.
Yeah.
Get yourself to the end and then snatch the crown.
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I get it though. Like it's a self-esteem boost to know what you're doing is working and it's good and people are enjoying it. And so, wins is going to beget more wins because you're getting approval for what you're doing.
Yeah.
But she just needs to keep on doing what she's doing because it's not failing.
No, God no.
There
are very few critiques for Bobo.
Very few.
Very few like negative things have been said to Bobo, from the judges in particular. So
I think there needs to be a competition where people can show kind of what their drag is. So maybe like a talent show or something like that type thing. So I can see what their actual drag is. So far, I don't know. Maybe Priyanka, I know what her vibe is. Like I know who she is as a drag queen, probably maybe the most out of everyone. But like I just see them in their aesthetic, looking beautiful in the challenge. You know what I mean? I would want to see a little bit more of themselves nowadays or right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're painting Bobo in a bit of a negative light in the editing room, which surprises me. But at the same time, I think she's really frustrated. And I think that's like showing.
Well, hopefully this is not like the steps towards her demise. It's going to be towards her win because it's going to be one way or the other.
Fingers crossed.
Say again?
Fingers crossed.
Seriously. So Lemon wins, and basically the can't even talk. The Maxi challenge is going to be a law firm commercial that they have to create, and Lemon gets to pick these teams. So she decides to put herself with Priyanka.
Smart.
She put the sissies together, so Bobo and Ilona, and then Jimbo, Boa, and Rita are the other three team, or the third team. So why can't they do these challenges when the teams are equal? I also never understand that.
I wonder if they think that putting 3 people together is a disadvantage, or the 2. It didn't make sense to me.
Okay.
I didn't get why there was 2, 2, and 3.
Me neither. So I like Bologna.
Yeah, Bologna.
That's a nice little duo name.
Yes.
So cute. But okay, so why do you think that Bobo gave a little bit of a stank face to that pick?
Well, Ilona was just in the bottom 2, so I think she thought that Lemon was giving her a lemon as a partner. I mean, the 2 of them have worked together quite a bit. It's no secret that they're close and that they're sissies and they're close friends in the competition. And I do think that there's a bit of I don't know if it's a jealous vibe or if I just think some of them like don't really care for Lemon at this point or jealous of Lemon. So
we'll probably talk more later about it, but I feel like it's a jealousy thing.
Yeah.
She's just so like she's so young still, so like she's so malleable, and I think that they're kind of like they want to be like, no, she sucks, and it's like, no, she doesn't. She's just at the beginning.
Yeah, she's just starting, so
she's green. She's not bad.
Nope.
So I didn't really talk much about like the whole grouping, whatever, but I did enjoy watching them kind of bring their scenes to life. But I enjoyed the most them working with Stacy with Lemon and Priyanka was my favorite. I was when watching them work together. Did you have a favorite between the 3 teams? Watching
them work with Stacy, I assumed that Lemon and Priyanka had probably come in the most prepared, but I was happy with everyone. I didn't think there was a clear like this is a disaster. This is going to be bad. I worried for Boa in general being with Jimbo and Rita because they're both so strong and can stand out from the crowd. So I did worry that Boa might fade into the background a little bit. But all in all, I thought Stacy was impressed with all the groups, even though the three group member was a little messy.
Right. There was a point where Boa did something and Stacy gave her a critique and she's like, okay, yeah. No, I got this. And like, I don't like her looking so nervous and just trying to please.
Yeah.
I think where she shines is her being herself. Like
unapologetic.
Exactly. Yeah. And she kind of was coming across like, okay, I'll do anything that you want me to do just to stay. And she's losing herself. And so I really do think that they need to have a challenge where they can just be themselves and not have to try to be what they think the judges want from them. And sure. I think that that's what's kind of dampering some of these queens is sparkle.
Yeah, I want to see some glitter every episode.
I want to see what they do, like elevated, but what they do in their own shows. You know what I mean? A little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So wait, why did I write that? Oh, right. Oh my God, that was really not fun. I mean, before I say that though, so yeah, they were coming for Lemon, like, and asked to say that she's being Miss Congeniality, and like Boa saying how fake she is and all this stuff, and like, I don't know if we just have not seen it, but like, I feel that Lemon's just a nice, sweet girl or tart girl, like that wants to get along with everybody. And I think that I do think she's being genuine and just being kind. What do you think?
I think the cast, like we talked about earlier, the cast in general this season can get catty in the way they speak to one another in general. So I don't know if things have been mistaken or words have been misspoke, but it's like we're hearing different stories. Lemon is saying she's such a supporter of Boa, and then Boa in the confessional, and then Boa says in her confessional that she really hasn't clicked with Lemon. So it's kind of a back and forth, I find. I don't think they're on the same page. And I think the closer they're getting to the crowning of the winner, that's when things kind of crumble a little bit.
Laws come out.
Yeah. And like as it should, this is a lot of money. This is like it's the first Drag Race Canada. You want that title. You're close, you can smell it. And I think they each worry about one another for different reasons.
Fair. So my oh my gosh moment was hopefully this isn't triggering for anybody, but Boa's assault that she spoke about within the episode. And I never even heard about it. Was it something that was like on the news? Like,
Yeah.
So, obviously, don't share anything personal. But do you have any information about that that situation? Like, where
I had been Facebook friends with Ryan at that, or with Boa at that time, and she was a new queen. And I remember I'll actually never forget it. Going on my phone one morning, I had just woken up and I saw this photo and thought, oh my fuck, like who shared this post? Who, like, where did this happen in the world? And I didn't even recognize that it was Boa. And then I realized, holy shit, like this just happened in the city. And then I was sort of reading the comments and there was more details about what had happened. And it was really terrifying to see. At this point in the village, the dispenser in the Toronto Gay Village, the dispensary had just opened up, and we had been seeing a lot of foot traffic that wasn't LGBT friendly. So I initially didn't realize that it was a sexual assault. I thought it was just an assault in general, because that was happening. There was a lot of people around that normally wouldn't be in the village or didn't realize what the village was. So there was a lot of hostile behavior happening. But I think Bo sharing it, I was like, oh no, I knew the story, and this, I don't want this to be insensitive at all, but I thought, oh no, I don't want Bo to go home this episode. She's sharing the story, because that tends to happen when...
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, that was my fear. I was like, no, I love you, don't go. But at the same time, it's so important that this was brought up and brought to Canada's attention, that this still happens, and that sexual assault in the gay community is happening and does happen, and the violence. And yeah, it was... I was happy to see that people rally behind Boa, and they did help her out. I remember, like, actually, not to like humble brag, but I remember donating to her GoFundMe. It wasn't set up by her, but donating for Boa. She didn't have rent. She didn't have technology. She couldn't meet her family. And I met her mother, Linda, the following weekend at the restaurant that I was working at. And I remember just giving her a hug and being like, I'm like, Bo at this point and I, like, we didn't really know each other that well. I'd gotten to know her later on, but I remember being like, people will be here for her. You do not need to worry about her and this community. She's loved. So yeah, it was something to be shared that was incredibly brave, and I'm happy that she did it. But I also thought, fuck, I don't want Bo to go now after she shared the story.
So not fair.
Yeah.
Did they ever catch the person that did this?
Yes. Yeah.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
Oh man, like 4 or 5 years ago. It was quite some time. I think it was 4 or 5 years.
Well, it's definitely, it's obviously it's a terrible situation. You would never want anybody to have to experience it, but also being knowledgeable that it can happen, and it can happen to someone that you know and love. It would just maybe bring a little bit more awareness, which is, I think the silver lining with these tragedies that are happening. So that's really brave of her to be able to share that. And, it's also, there's a bit of shame and, guilt and stuff like that goes along with when things like that happen. And so having that braveness to be able to share that still and overcome that is pretty empowering. So
yeah, of course.
I'm very thankful for that moment. Yeah, it was just so strange. It was placed in the episode, and I was just like, and I was thinking the same thing as you. I was like, oh my God, she's going to go home on this episode. And it was just a weird juxtaposition too, with like having to be lighthearted too within the rest of the scene. And then it was just such a moment where I was like screamed. I'm like, oh my God. Like, yeah. But I'm happy she shared it. I'm happy that it was included, and hopefully a lot of people can get healing from it and will avoid being in similar situations moving forward.
Yep.
Boo. So we have Tom Green introducing as the host for this episode, coming down the runway in his very sexy outfit. I don't even know what he was wearing, probably just jeans.
Yeah, hand in a pocket.
And Canada's Tuxedo.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, obviously, I love a good denim look. Like, it's perfectly tacky, and I actually like it a lot.
Me too.
I was really, really hoping that they would also take some of that tuxedo element and make it high end. I really wanted to be like something fancy. I want it to be like ball gown or black tie event denim on denim.
Yes.
So that's what I was hoping for. So when Bobo came out, I really liked the jacket. I love the shoulders or whatever, but I wanted more. I wanted it to be a full look. Like if that jacket was inspiring some couture dress, I'd be all for it. What do you think? You went.
Yeah. When the runway was announced, I was really hoping. Do you remember what Blair wore in All Stars? That tuxedo gown. It was red, and she had like a top hat. That's what I expected. I expected like full on power businesswomen, Realnesss, like tuxedos, huge bows, like bow ties. I expected like this glamour. When Bobo did walk out, I thought she did look incredible. I did love I love the neon pops of color. I thought her hair was amazing. I thought she was painted well. So I thought it started off well. So I actually did like Bobo's look.
Well, I thought it started off at like a 7.5. Like I liked it, but I wanted more elevation, like you're suggesting.
Yeah.
Just the way, the direction of it. So like take that jacket, make it a jacket, make it into a fucking pantsuit or something, or make it into a pencil dress or skirt, whatever, down to her ankles. Like, I don't know, something that just like made it sleeker instead of it just being a jacket. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I just wanted it to be more tuxedo. Take the tuxedo part, not just the denim.
Yeah, I think she ran the runway though really well with what she was wearing, and that's why I was like, okay, like you killed it. Couldn't ask for anything more with what you brought to the table.
Do they usually do actually the runway before they show the video?
Yes.
Okay, because I was thinking I felt like it was backwards, but then I was like, oh, maybe it's just before the critique. I don't know. I couldn't.
They do live performances first, and then the runway. Okay. But when something's filmed, they do runway, then the filming.
Gotcha. I gotcha. So Ilona she went in the direction that I was like, yes, okay. I think that it was almost amazing. I think if she just changed maybe the color so it looked a little bit more denim-y and like just maybe a little bit something extra, but I loved the fucking chaps.
I loved what Ilona was wearing. I thought it was stunning. I wish that it was hemmed a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I felt like it was just a little bit ill-fitted. Maybe if she was in a higher heel, it would have helped. And I did agree. I have to say, I do agree with the judges. When she turned around, I was like, yes, amazing. But then I looked in and was like, oh, I think it could have used a little makeup on her bottom. But I felt like they really pushed that criticism a little too far.
I mean, like,
make it cute, fine. Make it cute, not like I wanted a cute comment, not making it like cunty.
Well, not making it like the Jimbo, you didn't have enough time to powder your ass kind of vibe. No, I feel like because like her powder blue is her aesthetic. I think for me, if she just did a little bit more of that like a lighter blue, I would have enjoyed like the denim look. But I thought her look was like, okay, she understood what the brief was. She knew what a tuxedo was kind of going to look like. Like I really enjoyed this look. I would give it a 9. So me,
absolutely,
seeing it like a lighter blue is just like me preference.
9 out of 10 for sure. 100%.
I was into it. I fucking love the chaps. Sorry, I'm swearing, guys, today, but I really like them.
I forgive you.
Bobo.
Boa.
Oh, that's what I meant. Boa. It looked a bit crafty.
Yeah, I didn't love it. I actually loved the idea of the wings, but I didn't. I think they were distracting for her because they were kind of wobbling. It was kind of something that was a negative thing for her runway. I just didn't love the look. Loved her hair, loved Boa, but I didn't love the look.
Well, and I don't particularly love just the bodysuit, right? Bodysuit with, I know she probably put a lot of time and effort into the wings, and okay, kudos for that. But like,
Yeah.
For me, the ways that she interpreted the assignment here wasn't in a way that I appreciated. Like, it wasn't to make bird wings on a bodysuit. It was to make a Canadian tuxedo. And I think if you're going to play on any word, play on the word tuxedo.
1,000%. I wish all of those hanging pieces of denim were a part of a gown. Something maybe similar to her recycled look in that sense.
Exactly. Jimbo's outfit. Oh yeah, I like Jimbo's outfit. I thought it was pretty unique. Not unique in like I've seen that look before. I can't remember what those full bodysuits are called. Do you remember?
I can't remember either, but they had a runway on Drag Race where everyone did that, and it was really cool. I liked all the patches. I thought it was really well executed. The ponytail for me was a little distracting because whenever she played with it, it did get caught in her face. But I liked the punch of red in there with her lips, her nails. I loved her crazy eyes and her blue makeup underneath. But
it wasn't necessarily tuxedo, from my opinion, but it was enough of a wow. I like an 8.5. I still like Alona's better, but like maybe an 8.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. It's just an outfit that I would worry about lip syncing in. I think it's an outfit that you what?
I don't think she was worried.
No, I don't think she was worried either. But if I had come with that and I didn't think I did well in my Maxi challenge, I'd be worried to wear that on the runway.
Fair. Yeah.
I would do a different face underneath so that I could change, or like cut half of it off.
Well, you know what? Like, they haven't been changing on this during Canada's Drag Race, but on All Stars they were changing before their lip sync. But I guess it was like a little bit different because they're doing like a show with the lip sync assassins.
Yeah, and they have time to like go and get ready because they're not worried.
Right, that's true too.
For fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to lip sync in that. You wouldn't be able to emote and like connect with the audience.
Yeah. Yes.
We got Rita's. Oh, it didn't look like denim to me.
I didn't care for it.
Like, I liked that she was ripping off the pieces. I was like, a neat touch. But I didn't think it looked like denim, and I didn't think the pieces all together looked great.
I didn't think it fit well. This is probably my. Well, I didn't love her Celine look either. So 2 weeks in a row, I didn't like Rita's look. I like Rita a lot, but I didn't like her look.
Me neither. Agreed. Priyanka's, I like the outfit. I don't remember what it looks like right now, though. What it looked like? Oh, it had
like these big shoulders and her like little headpiece. And I do agree with Brooklyn that she needed to like do something about that hair. It was a little messy who am I to talk? My hair's a mess. Yeah, I have pool hair right now. It was good, but it wasn't anything like Priyanka blew it out of the park last week.
Yeah.
And for this one, I'm like, oh shoot, that's a safe look.
Yeah, and I kind of like the look with like the thigh-high boots with the
so many chaps
things. I liked that. I think that I just wanted everybody to look more expensive. I want everybody to look like they're going to a ball.
Absolutely.
Like, that's where my excitement was coming from when I heard about this challenge, because the joke about denim on denim is because it just looks so cheap, and like, it's like the farmers are wearing denim on denim, and like, prairie people. It's not an elevated type look. And so when you have a denim tuxedos, usually just means top and bottom is like both in denim. So elevate the tuxedo. Why can't they just do that? Please.
Get your shit together, queens.
And then my darling Lemon. I love you, Lemon, so much. I almost have like a girl crush on you. Ooh. But like, I just wanted her to just look better. Like, it was cute. I thought she looked cute.
Yeah, I thought she was fun. I thought she was a solid 6 out of 10. I think her runway was incredible. I love Lemon's walk. I think her face was beat. I liked her shake and go wig. It just wasn't like, it was just like that's if she made that for a weekend look at a drag bar, awesome. I'd be so down for that.
Like a music video. Like it's
Sure.
cute. Like it's fine. But just why didn't you just make a ball gown? Cut out bra. Like if it's a cutout bra, like it has to be over something else, like as a reveal or something. Like I don't know. I just wish they used denim better. I was not impressed. For the most part, was not impressed.
Fuck.
Yes, I wrote down. I wish everybody went high end. What the f?
Yeah. I'm in full agreement.
So this is where I wrote down about Tom Green calling his mother for verification. Like,
yeah,
Tom, nobody cares that you were the wind.
Yeah, you were the wind. We'll get a quick photo of it. Your mother will provide it. Awesome. I did think it was cute. It did bring back memories of watching the Tom Green show and him like tormenting his parents to the ninth degree.
So, like, do you think that just happened organically? Like that?
Yeah, I do.
That, like,
I really do. Yeah. I think that's just what Tom does.
But like, how like is it possible that this girl comes onto the runway with these blue bird wings for him to have been the wind in his childhood play? Like, it's so funny.
It's meant to be, in my opinion.
It must have been.
It was meant to be.
So amazing. And then, okay, so on the runway, we didn't really talk about their performances, did they?
In general, the performances like were all pretty good. I liked each one.
I personally liked Lemon and Priyanka's the best.
Me too.
It didn't seem like the judges liked theirs the best, but they didn't dislike theirs at all.
Yeah, I thought I would have picked them to be the winners of the challenge in general, but I think overall, I think the Maxi challenge the runway mattered with the Maxi challenge this episode.
Yes, I agree.
Kind of similar to last episode.
It didn't seem to matter though again this week that which group you were in. It just was who you're working with to be judged on your own.
Absolutely.
So, I need a format. Give me a format, please.
I want the rules.
Give me the rules. I want the rules. Get me outside. No. So I pretty much liked all the performances. I liked obviously Lemon and Priyanka's best. I was happy with who ended up winning, but I was not happy that they asked all the queens who do they think should go this week, because I think that wasn't right. I don't think they were being right. I think that they were ganging up on her, and I think that they were trying to make it seem that they all think that she sucks, and so that the judges would vote her out, because I don't think she was the worst of the week at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even.
I think it was really clear, in my opinion, it was really clear who the bottom two were going to be. And I didn't have Lemon there at all. Even with her look, to be honest, I was a little surprised that Rita won the challenge.
Because I didn't like the runway look. I didn't like that hair.
No, I was shocked that she won. I thought it was Bobo's week to win. Yeah, and I hate my hair right now. I thought it was Bobo's week
to win.
Yeah, I thought Bobo had it.
I don't know.
Bobo like did a great job in her video, and she carried that with Alona, and I thought she looked honestly overall like maybe on par with Alona and Jimbo. Like Bobo's look was one of my favorites. So I thought Bobo had the win.
I didn't necessarily think who I felt deserved the win this week, but I definitely was like, Rita?
It came at a
right.
It came at a left field.
Deserved it more, but yeah, I was pretty surprised by that. So when though they were all coming for Alona, I was like, oh my god, is this going to be Alona versus Lemon? I'm like, no. I'm like, because I was like, please don't be painting that picture. Like, I'm like, as much as I've grown to love Boa, like she really has been squeaking by. I just don't know if she deserves to be there more than anybody else and the performance that they've done up until now. So I was like, I just thought she would need to have done a better job in order for her to make it through again. And so, but I was like, with them all saying Lemon's name, like, what if they take that into consideration? No.
I mean, I think the fact that Lemon's name came out first as well was a starting point, because it wasn't until it got to who?
Probably
Rita?
Lemon.
I think it was Rita or Priyanka that started the Alona train. So it started off Lemon, Lemon, Lemon. Then it was Alona, Alona, Alona. So I honestly didn't expect Lemon to go to the bottom. So I wasn't concerned, even if they were saying her name.
But I was a little bit scared that, like,
were you? Yeah.
Well, just a little bit, because I was like, oh man, like, I know her look wasn't that great, but like,
but her challenge was so good.
Yeah. And she took so much control though of that, like, yes. Okay, like Sand, okay, it's gonna be a meet-up shot, like, you know, and action. Like, she definitely was commanding and a very good partner to work in that thing. So yeah. I definitely didn't think that she should have been penalized for her look that badly. I was just worried because the queens were saying this, that the judges were like, oh, is there something going on that we don't know about? Like, you know, and just like put it in their head that they all think she's the worst, you know? I was just a little scared. I didn't want like a big surprise. 3 people in the bottom, 3 lip syncs. Like, I don't know. I didn't want any of that nonsense, you know?
No, I think she'd be okay though.
Yeah, she'd outdance them for sure. Yeah. So I was also furious with the untouched portion of it when they were still coming for the Lemon in the back room. But Stacey did say something. He's like, she noticed that they're coming for Lemon. And I think they're coming for Lemon because Lemon actually is a star. She is really young and she doesn't know where she's going to be. And she's learning and growing and she's adaptable. She's likable. Yes. She's beautiful. She's just really green, as we've been saying this whole episode. And I think that they see that she has the sparkle. I think she has the it factor. She has it.
I agree.
She's a star.
1,000%. I think they really jumped on the bandwagon of her look not being good and hoping, holy shit, maybe we can eliminate Lemon so we have a better chance at taking the crown.
Because like all the critiques that Lemon are doing are things that can be changed. Like, I feel like when Tainomi was getting in her head, like she was feeling that because this is something that she does all the time, that like they're kind of critiquing her heart and her soul. And I think that that's what was hard for her to get out of her head. But with Lemon, she's such a new queen, so she hasn't even fully developed her persona and who she is fully. And she's worked in the dance community. Like she's an artist.
She's a performer.
She makes critiques. It's not about who she is on the inside. And so she listens. Absolutely. So when she gets those paddings on and she wears fitted dresses and like her beat's good, but she needs maybe to have a little bit more lashes or something, like or more pop sometimes, and elevate her looks, like she's gonna be on fire. Like
1,000%.
And these are all changeable things that she can adapt. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I love Lemon. I think there's some growing to do, but where she is now is a competition for the remaining queens.
Yeah, for sure. And she's so like enjoyable to watch, and even her little little snappy digs are like, there's just lightheartedness to her. Her sass is just welcoming, and it's cute.
Absolutely.
Like, she is Miss Congeniality because she's that. She is. I like her.
Yeah, and people saying like it's because you love yourself too much. I'm like, yeah, she's allowed to. It's okay. She can be that person. You're all drag queens. You're allowed to be in love with yourself. I would be shocked if half of you weren't.
Well, and it's a really good thing to have. Like, I know there's a fine line between confidence and inflated ego, and you know,
of course.
But I think she does have a confidence within her that by them saying that, they just want to shake that down, because confidence that exudes in her looks, and I think that that's also why, even when she's wearing something that's not the greatest, her confidence that comes through, it kind of shimmers away, you know, maybe a less than perfect outfit. So don't stop knocking my lemon. No more squeezing my lemon.
Yeah, no more lemonade.
No more lemonade.
Yeah, keep it on the tree.
On her head. So it ends up being that Rita wins the challenge. Is that her 3rd challenge?
2nd, I think. Oh no, it is. I think it is her 3rd.
I think it's her 3rd challenge.
Damn.
Wow, that's
impressive.
Very impressive. And thank goodness Lemon was safe. And the bottom two, because I was writing it down, like Boa and Iloa, please be the bottom two, because they are both coming from a girl and they both deserve to walk or to lip sync for their life.
Yeah, I 100% agreed.
Deserved it. Get your comeuppance. And so, yeah, they had to sing The Scars to Your Beautiful by Alessia Cara.
Yep.
I couldn't, when they said the name of it, I'm like, what is that song? And then when I heard it, I was like, oh, I actually like the song. And so, like, it's actually quite powerful. And I got some goosebumps a little bit in the lip sync performance, but I felt as though undoubtedly Ilona Verily did a way better lip sync.
Couldn't keep my eyes off her. Yeah. I was really impressed, and I was watching Boa, and Boa was good, but I was thoroughly impressed with Ilona.
I felt with Boa that she was looking at Ilona Verle to see if she would like maybe interact with her.
Yes. Yeah.
And Ilona was just like, I'm doing the audience. Like the audience is who I'm connecting with. And 100%. Like she was commanding, and she wasn't allowing Boa to distract her to be part of her shtick. Like it looked as though Ilona was the star and Boa was like, notice me, notice me, notice me.
Yep.
She definitely did not shine in that moment. And as much as I wanted Ilona or Boa to do well, I definitely thought that Ilona had a way more stellar performance.
1,000%.
And
incredible, actually.
Yeah, I did get goosebumps at least once. And like,
yeah, 100%. And I'm
the greatest song, but like she definitely,
for what it was, and for like our first ballad lip sync, I thought Ilona killed it. Me
too. Anything else to say about this episode?
Not really. It was a great episode, but it wasn't my favorite. I'm sad to see Boa go, but I'm happy with who's remaining. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Ali X on the panel next week. I'm a huge Ali X fan.
I didn't see the preview. Who's Ali X?
So Ali X is a singer from Toronto, and she lives in LA now. And I love her music. I've seen her in concert quite a few times, and she's a huge Drag Race fan. And I had seen that, like, I'd been spoiled that she was going to be a judge this year, and I'm really excited to see what she has to say. She's going to come in prepared and like offering great critiques. Her music's incredible too. I'm a huge fan.
Do we know did they leak what the Maxi challenge is going to be or whatever?
I don't remember. I watched this episode too late last night. I've had an exhausting weekend. So I was like, I need to watch it. Exhausting.
I know, I understand. Me too.
Yes.
What did I wanted to say one last thing. Oh, do you think that maybe Casey is going to make an appearance next week?
Miss Casey Becker?
Casey Becker?
We'll see. We'll see if I can whip up a 5-minute beat. I mean, she's covered in blood still, so there's a lot of prep that needs to be done.
Okay, for people that know Jojo will know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
So that might be fun if we had a little review next episode for season 7 episode 7 with your friend or your what's her name?
Alter ego, Miss Casey Becker.
Ali X. Casey Becker, like maybe
I could do an Ali X look and no problem. I'll make it happen.
I want to see. I want to see Casey.
Okay. All right. We'll do. I'll make it happen. Just for you.
Thanks everybody for joining us here. I hope you had a good time reliving the moments of Canada's Drag Race, episode 7 of season 1. I am Chantele Francis. You can find me at ShanFriendFriend or at Realnesss with 3 S's. Jojo, where can the people find you?
My Twitter is O'TooleJo, J-O, and my Instagram is Joseph O'Toole. Nothing to do with Jojo. None of my socials are Jojo. It's so funny.
O'Toole Joe. I know.
O'Toole Joe.
I like O'Toole Joe. Actually, I never say my Twitter. My Twitter is at Shan____Fran. So 3 underscores.
I love it.
Yes, please subscribe right down below. Hit that like button if you like what's happening over here. Ring that bell so you can be notified every time we have a new episode or go live. And other than that, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye, Jojo.